We are now recording, Mark.
Good, good. Okay. Thanks, everyone. I know it was a short notice meeting, but the defense we had yesterday got a couple things up on the agenda. We really had to push some stuff because that was a very close fight, and also we saw some issues with our or things that needed to be resolved with crafting. So we're going to be going over a lot of that. Um, I'm not going to be able to be here for the whole meeting. I just wanted to come in here, say hi to everybody that I haven't met yet. Welcome to Here Be Monsters. Um, and I wanted to go over the Discord requirements because that is something that's very important. I'm pretty sure everyone in here has been doing a fantastic job on that. I cannot, you know, explain how important it is for you guys to be in Discord. It goes a long way with organizing things, with being in the wars. If you're wanting to be in a war, your best bet's being in Discord because that's how I know who to pick from and who's around. If we're organizing PvE content, I mean, seriously, anything. Being on Discord is how we make sure we can stay organized between Guild 1, Guild 2, and probably Guild 3 coming up here soon. So keep up the good work. If you know you have friends in other Discords, please urge them to get in here. It's very, very important. We're going to have Red Storm that's going to be on that, making sure everyone gets in Discord and stays with those requirements because it's just so crucial to us. But not only having fun, but being successful in New World.
The only
Um,
reason we really were able to keep that defense going and almost take Brightwood is the organization that Discord allows us and grants to us. So it's super important.
okay. Well, that's everything I have to say. I have to go. I'm going to be handing this meeting over to Jade. I will be back later. Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye.
All right, he's gone. Now we can talk shit about him. All right. So to begin, what we're going to basically start off, we want to make sure that all of our officers can be basically recognized. This means that everyone who is an officer, they may not be here right now. Like for example, Lucian's running his D&D campaign. It's his scheduled time, so he's off doing stuff. Mark can't be here. So just going to go down kind of the list of what everyone is and their primary role. So Mark is our leader. He generally does a lot of the organization. I typically help with him on that. But Mark HBM Mark is our fearless leader. I would be your friendly neighborhood politician. Zrex, who is not here at the moment, he'll be in just a moment. He's our general PvP officer. Redstorm is our Discord officer. He's going to be managing pretty much the Discord and making sure things are going smoothly on this side. Olama here is our logistics officer. If you need any sort of crafting made, you need to talk to him. I also recommend, if you need to donate resources to the cause, we still want to push our guys to 200, uh, you know, on all the supplies so that once we actually hit our high levels, we can start doing that and they can give us back resources. We'll talk more about that later, but Olama is our logistics officer. Lucian and Kibato are PVE coordinators. Their job is basically to help produce like chaos portal groups and other things like that that the guild can do as a whole. If you're looking to do something like that, talk to them. Josh and Smoke are our recruiting officers. They basically exist to promote the guild in individuals. They've been doing a really good job, which is why we're probably going to need a third guild. Um, and that's pretty much our whole team. So if anyone does have a question about this, there is a little hand question thing. We can give you the ability to step up and involve yourself. But if you don't have any questions, then we will be moving to Olama, who will discuss a little bit about the logistics that we are going to be dealing with right now. So go ahead.
Alrighty, so that's some of you are aware, and quite a bit seem to be not be aware. We do have dedicated crafters that we set up as main crafters that we're trying to get to 200 first before we focus materials on other crafters as well. So other than saying, oh, you're not allowed to level crafting in any way, shape, or form, or that you have to give all your resources to these people. Um, But this list was generated from people who we know are active, people who have been playing with us since beta and from the start of launch, and people that we know are going to be here for the long run. I will post an updated. There should be an updated list. But I'll post some more recent ones. I actually had some conversations with some people today because I needed some slots filled. But these are the people who you'll go to if you have some materials to donate or if you need specific things crafted from those crafts. Every now and then, I'm also going to be doing some raffles like I did on launch day. And then I'm going to start posting up kind of like some hot list materials that we need. Like if you look in, I think I put it in Call to Arms. Yeah, in Call to Arms text channel, there's a list of stuff that we are looking for because these are consumables that are heavily used in wars. So like the oak flesh bombs, which reduce how much damage we take, and then the honing stones for dealing more damage, and then there's the incense as well, which decreases the chance of being afflicted by a status effect. There's more that are going to be added. Right now, we're trying to do a big push on armor because we're reaching those higher levels in in-game levels. Armor is going to be a big thing for closing that gap between our enemies and getting that gear score up and the stats that we need. So reach out to me if you do have mats for leveling outfitting. So looking for a lot of cloth. So whether that be, fiber, linen, silk, sateen, and above, as well as hides, leather, furs, and then metal ore as well. Iron's fine. I don't necessarily need steel or star metal to level outfitting, but if you do need a specific thing armor set made, then that's when I'm going to get into specifics of what kind of materials you should bring, because it'll affect your score depending on how high quality of materials you provide. And the same that goes with bags. If you need bags made, let me know, and then I'll let you know the materials, and the better materials you provide, the higher gear score of the bag, which holds more weight.
If you could provide a list of the actual people verbally, so we can make sure it's also part for the video.
Yeah, I was going to do that. So right now I have listed for Arcana / Alchemy. Those are the same thing. People refer to it as either. But Baku, Otherion, and Status, those are our main Arcana and Alchemy crafters. We have multiple for that because that is one of the major crafts, especially them being consumables. So it's a high demand one. Doing the outfitting and armor smithing. And so that everyone's aware, shields are not part of armor smithing. That is part of weaponsmithing. Cooking, that's going to be Knight is at our highest. Last I talked to him, he was at 170. I don't know what he's at right now. Is he here right now?
His full name is Knight 94R.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder what he's at now. Anyways, yeah. So there was Captain Capnis. I never got a pronunciation. I'm not sure. I forgot what level he is at. I didn't get a number from him after I messaged him. Engineering, Akara and Direk. I know Akara is around 140, I believe, for engineering. So that's stuff from the workbench. Furnishing, if you want to talk to Boldrin for trophies and like storage chests that you need made. Trophies are awesome. If you don't know about trophies, there's things for doing specific damage types or defensive. I think there's defensive ones, and then ones for certain crafts and harvesting. And these are like passive buffs that get applied to you worldwide. So it's not just for the region that you have your house in; it's for the whole area. And then trophies will be able to get upgraded, and they're upgraded via like rare materials that you find from killing things or chests or harvesting and skinning animals.
To add on to that, just so you know, you need a house to put furnishing in, so you probably want to start working on that. And you can stack them up to, I believe, 3 times. So if you have 3 houses and you have 3 different like luck boosting for timber gathering,
That I
your
didn't
luck
know.
is going to be multiplied. Well, that luck bonus is multiplied by up to 3 times. It's super important for that furnishing. It's very surprising. I just found out that today.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's multiple houses. And then the higher tier houses you have, the more trophies you can put up, as well as the more storage chests you can have in that house to increase your storage capacity. Jewel crafting, that's going to be illusion. Weaponsmithing, that's strong bad. I'm also looking for another weaponsmith, so if there's someone else that has high weaponsmithing, please let me know. And then we have some dedicated refiners. So if you have stuff that you just want refined, so it'll reduce space. Got for leatherworking, strong bad. For smelting, Nacentus. Stone cutting, Otharian, Baku, and Lucian. And weaving, there's me and Ascentus. And then woodworking, Boldrin. And then I'll repost this list as well, so you guys can reference it. Because I doubt everyone's going to remember every single person's name and category. Does anyone have questions? And like I said, this isn't like this is just so we can have people as quickly as we can at the max crafting level by the time we have a decent amount of players at 60 and stuff, so that we can pump that stuff out that we need. And then as we got...
It looks like Hedonism has a question, so I'm going to field that question real quick.
Yep.
You can speak, I think.
He has to accept the request to speak. Cool.
I guess my only question is, it's like, what is the crafter's role for like an individual person? It's like, if you're not going to wars and so you're not getting those consumables, it's like, how do they interact with our lives as a guild member?
So to give you an example, like I'm actually the timber, so or the processor for timber. So ideally, all you got to do is come to me, say, hey, can you process this, and then I will basically, I'll process it for you so I can get my level boosted. I'll give it back to you. You can do whatever you want with it. You can go to, Boldrin to make chests or whatever. You can sell it on the auction house. The point is, we're just trying to make sure it's boosted. If you just want Boldrin, for example, to make a bunch of chests for you, and so you can sell them on the auction house, that's ultimately what you want to do. It'll make your timber and whatnot, or iron or whatever you're trying to make, more valuable. And the better push we can get, that like helps the whole guild, because eventually, like, I mean, my goal is to make sure that we have enough, like, we'll have enough resources so that someone who's level 14 now and is kind of playing slow will be able to have access to the highest tier gear once they hit 60.
Okay.
And yeah, and the other expectation that I have set for the people that we have on this list for crafting and refining is they should not feel entitled that you're going to be, or as general members, just going directly to them and having to always go to them. They should have that expectation that they got to work with you, or if you have it stored elsewhere, or if it's way out of your way, they need to work with you on that. They should not feel entitled in any way.
Makes sense.
Any other questions before we move on? Okie dokie. Lamar, were you finished, or do you have more?
Like I said, still looking for another weaponsmith. And then if anyone has any other questions, after the meeting or during the meeting, they're always welcome to ask me or DM me for whatever.
Okay. So we'll move on to our PvP officer, Z-Rex. He has quite a bit to talk about as far as wars and whatnot. So, Rex.
All right. So basically, wars are getting pretty high level, and they're starting to get a lot harder. So we're gonna have to crack down on weapon combos, what abilities you're going to put on your weapons, what attribute spread you're bringing, and stuff like that. Really, minimum level to get into a war right now is going to be 40 from now on. You have to be level 40. At least 50 constitution inside your attributes. Yeah, we're going to be looking for a lot of muskets and quite a bit of axes as well. So keep that in mind. Also healers. Healers are going to be in demand. So apart from that, what else is there? If you're interested in, if you don't really know what you want to do in PvP, or you're flexible, hit me up in channel. More than willing to speak with you and help you out there.
A couple of builds I know that we're looking for is Fire Staff Musket, Axe and Shield, Musket, and I think Healing Staff. And one thing that's important too to consider that even though we might be asking you to go for these builds now, your end game is probably going to look very different. I probably will have 3 different builds personally, but we also have a list that we're putting together to kind of get an idea of what everyone is, so that it's easy access, and we'll have you updated, periodically. But yeah, the biggest thing though right now is we want everyone to be able to push at your level, like play the game at your level. I mean, obviously there's that exploit that's out there. No one should feel the need to do that, because it's like, yeah, I mean, like the truth is we may lose Everfall at some point. There's just war after war after war. It's not impossible for that to happen, and if it does, that's fine. We'll take something else. We'll go after something else. It'll be more content. It's okay. The thing is, we don't want you guys to lose the experience of the game if that's what you want. And sitting in front of a fucking mob for 10 hours, like you shouldn't feel forced to grind at that level. We do want to push levels. Like I said, Kabato and Lusion, they're going to be doing level grinds in the Cove. They're going to be doing the portal runs. So I think we're also going to be pushing for dungeons, just to to enjoy the game. We got to have that first. Is there any questions regarding that, or anything that was said with this process? Okay, so I guess what we're going to do at this moment, Red was supposed to say a couple things. I have one of them that's kind of important right now. So we're making a need to know channel. It's going to be basically, it's going to be mostly for new members, but keep an eye on that channel, because it's going to be pretty important for keeping up to date with what is happening, what we need, like for builds. Like if we just get a ton of musket guys and healers, like we're going to be solid on that. It's not going to be, at some point the needs of the guild are going to change. As patches happen, the needs of the guild are going to change. So we're going to ask you guys to keep with us, because as much as we're asking you guys to stay fluid, we have to stay just as fluid. So I'm now going to open the floor to pretty much any question as far as like what the game is. We do want to try to keep these tight meetings, because who wants to fucking sit here, forever. But if anyone has any questions about any aspect of the game, any aspect of our future, now would be the time. Unfortunately, Mark's not here, but I can pretty much give you an idea. I might have to refer back to him later. Majochi has a question, so I'll invite him to speak. You have to accept there, Mojo.
Xerex, you're the PvP strategy guy, right?
Yep.
I heard you guys mentioning more fire staffs and muskets, but are we considering trying to get more hatchets with infected throw?
Oh yeah, they're in there.
Okay, cool. I think that would have.
It would help
I think
out a
that
lot.
probably would have
sure.
won us with Brightwood.
What was happening with Brightwood was that the artillery was a lot of people were missing on the artillery for first, and then so the artillery was bugged out. Like they were doing projectiles instead of hit scan, which they've changed to hit scan now, so it should be a lot better. So we were, they were like 10 levels above us, and we didn't have our artillery. Basically, that's what happened.
Gotcha.
It wasn't the best, but sure.
I just
We
think
survived.
healing cut can go far away.
Oh yeah, healing's fucking better.
Cool. Well, that's it.
All right, thank you, Mojo. I got Arasi that has a question now.
Hey, so you mentioned that we have a second guild and we might even add a third guild. Are there any plans to secure territory for the second or third guilds? Because if we're massing that many players, we might be able to lock down multiple parts of the map.
Yeah, we are planning on maybe getting an Ebon skill. There's been talks about it. Our second guild is probably going to be. There is plans for a second guild to own the territory. We just have to have enough people who are high level and enough people who are online to, keep it.
As another addition to that, you got to remember that the organization aspect of the war is extremely taxing. The war itself, maybe not so much, but building up to it, making sure that we have 50 people, of the higher levels and with specific builds, it's going to become a little bit more refined. It'll be easier as things go on, but like Mark had 3 wars in one day, and we can reduce that, we can help fix that, but we just want to make sure that the PvP side isn't too taxed. So, Mojo, go back down to the audience. I hope that answers your questions. Spalatin, we have a question from you, so I'll invite you to speak.
Spalatin, you have to accept invitation.
Except, yeah, sorry about that. I was asking you about the axe and sword and shield set. What sort of skills are we need to look for?
Required there. I will send you the builds, so I will, if you're interested in it.
Is there anything for hatchet and great axe, or is it just do we really need sword and shield in the axe?
Well, the thing is, like sword and shield, you're doing your weapon combos, and then you do a few heavies, but once you get like half health, if you swap to your hatchet, you're kind of fucked. Like if you swap to your sword and shield, you can sit there, you can block, you can get taunt, get another fortify, give fortify to everyone around you who are also it's better. So it is. It's like for holding front lines, it's a lot better. So it is.
All right.
With face pots also, the whole speed thing isn't really a factor.
All right. That's
For the since we had hatchet come up a couple of times, one of the builds that we're looking at as far as hatchets would be hatchet, shield, or spear, like some combination of that.
And mostly hatchet shield.
We also
There's
have
going to be a
hatchet
musket
for-
hatchet and a bow hatchet. Yep. Things like that there.
So there's going to be room for every weapon. It's just a matter of combination. Is that your?
Right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Anything for axe and hammer?
Axe and hammer. There will be something for it. Just because of that weapon combo is quite good. Same as axe and ice gauntlet, because they have their own wee built-in combo. That is easier for one person to pull off rather than two coordinated.
All right. Yeah, that answers my question.
All right. Please rejoin the audience. I have a question from Euronymous. Is that the name? I hope I spelled it right. Pronounced it right, rather.
Yeah, you did. Can you hear me?
Yep.
So right now I'm running rapier and musket, but I've been wanting to run life staff, but it feels so damn clunky. The healing does. Do you guys have any tips or anything?
Yes.
The life
What
staff.
level are you on it?
Right now I am 27, I think.
On the life staff itself, though, it gets better when you level it up, though, quite a bit.
As
Yeah.
far as the clunkiness goes, I'll try to repost it. But the other day, someone posted that basically there's some settings in the actual game that are like auto targeting, and you should take them off. It makes it so much smoother. You can actually just choose where you want to heal instead of the whole like it choosing for you.
Okay. Yeah, because my original thought was to run Warhammer for the CC and the knockbacks, just to kind of run support with the life staff. But I found life staff so damn clunky that I just gave up on it. Went back to rapier, and musket. So any help would be great.
Yeah, I'll find it and repost it, and I'll put it in. It's not really in a what do you call it, an infographic, but I'll post it in the infographic because that's kind of where our information is somewhat.
Okay.
So I'll basically tag you.
Okay, that
There.
would be awesome. What do you guys suggest for a second weapon? Like I said, I was thinking about Warhammer, but I don't know, and I also don't want to get absolutely destroyed when I'm running around out in the world too.
With the healing
So
staff?
I'm sorry.
Healing staff and secondary weapon is what you're asking about?
Yeah. Like I said, I was going to run Warhammer, but just for the CC because I thought that would be helpful, like on points and stuff, to get people knocked off back and stuff like that. But I'm open to anything really.
What's the main weapon again?
Healing staff. I mean, healing. The paladin build's really good. There's something called a Templar, which is spear, healing staff.
Ice healer's quite good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ice
I'm
healing
play
is
Ice Healer.
super good.
That's super fun for just
Honestly,
running
you
around
almost
with it.
can't go wrong with the healing staff.
Okay.
Yeah, like I am healing staff in Ice Gauntlet, and I'm going to build where my ice skills, the frost areas provide buffs to people, which boosts how much healing Light's Embrace does.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really
So
good, it's a really good build.
if you do spear, you just throw in an amber gem on the spear and running mostly intelligence and constitution.
Yeah, spear and hammer, generally what you're doing if you're going focus heavy, and then you're using all those abilities more for disruption rather than actual damage.
Okay. Okay, that
But
sounds
not
cool.
every build is going to be the same. Like me and Mark are both running paladin build. He's running more tank. I'm running more healer. So
Okay. Um, are you guys running medium or light armor with that,
he's
or
going to be
what?
running heavy. I think I'm probably going to be running medium. I might go light though.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. That's all I had. I appreciate it.
Okay, please rejoin the audience tonight. We're going to invite you up.
I just want to say something real quick before the next question. I reposted the crafters list, but I did it Discord friendly, and I added every crafter. That way, you guys can just click on their name and immediately go to messaging that person.
Very cool.
Okay, so something on the trophy that they touched a little about is everyone really needs to get one. So you can have your trophies. So like I have 10 trophies total. I may only have one house, but whenever I go out and do like my quests or my dungeons, I put up the combat ones because that gives a lot more of a buff to enemies, like hurting them and defense against them. And then when I go gather, I have the luck, which is giving me a lot of rare materials. So I really stress on getting a house, and each house can have one kind of trophy. But if you have 3 houses, you can stack one kind of trophy in each house. So you'll have like 3 skinning for luck for skinning on 3 different houses, and I think it's 5,000 luck right now for the first tier, and I'm getting purples and legendary from skinning on just one of them. So it's really nice to get those up. Also, with cooking, I need recipes. I need recipes from tier 3 places and higher for cooking. And if you ever want food, just DM me and let me know, and I'll let you know what I need for spices and food to make those. And like they will help a lot. I think the tier 3 stuff gives you like 20 base attribute stats for 30 minutes. So it helps a lot. Like I'm pushing it for the wars and whatnot as well. Any questions, just message me. I'll be on all night long.
All right, we got a question from Silver Foe. Well, the Silver Foe. Let's go ahead and hit accept my invite.
Oh, did Nate say about Terra? We need Terra. Colin food.
Silver, you there? Accept my invite to talk to stage. I guess he doesn't want to. I guess we'll put him on the back burner. Let me read. No, he wants to. Oops. Try it again. There it goes.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. My question was actually probably just a pretty quick one. I was just curious. So for the wars, is there a certain weapon skill level you're looking for us to kind of have as like a minimum?
Sorry, repeat question. Was that for me?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So I was just curious, is there a like a certain minimum kind of weapon skill level you're looking for war?
Most weapons can be quite effective at like 13.
Okay.
Obviously 20 would be nice because you're getting the rest of them passives, which are massive boosts. But 13 is bare minimum. You'll have your skills and you'll have the important passives most likely. Obviously there'll be some exceptions, but
Okay, cool. Gotcha. And then just one more quick one I had for those of us who haven't fought in a war before. Is there any good like videos or good methods we could kind of use to get an idea of like best strategies going into our first one?
yeah, they're probably on YouTube, bro. Just all around there.
I think
we post our own, so we do as well.
Yeah, but I also think something to consider is that a lot of the strategy action portion of it is going to be handled by the shot callers. That's like really most of the time all you're going to have to do is just follow the instructions to the best of your ability. Just listen. We segregate everyone out into teams so that you don't have like 50 people talking all at once. The whole point is to reduce, and just as long as you're listening, that's all that we really care about, because we've had some issues with some others that are a little bloodthirsty. They get focused, and we want to keep that from happening. We expect
you can even help your shot caller out by calling out enemy names. If you see someone low, you can call out their name. Artillery, if you see an artillery get placed, north 45 or anything like that there. Enemy movement, that's always good. If you see a small group split off and go to B, call that out. Micro calls as well. If you see a lot of people starting to die on point, kind of say that there. We're starting to wipe. It's always good.
Yeah, I mean, we won't. We might be the shot callers will probably be the first ones to die, or might be the first ones to die. And if no one has eyes on it, like someone has to take over. Someone's got to be able to do some minor stuff, but don't struggle with someone else. Like mostly, like when you first come in, just relax on it, learn it, and then once you get a little bit of confidence on it, you'll be able to start figuring out the practice, and you'll get like naturally into it, I think.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And also, don't be worrying about anyone who's not getting into wars. We'll be trying to war deck on people and get members who haven't been on a war in there inside the attacking side.
I kind of touch base on that. A big thing to remember: we're 1 week into an MMORPG, which is meant to be played for a long amount of time. Everyone will get into wars. Everyone will get into the 20v20s. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your leveling. We're all going to be 60 eventually by the end of like a month period of playing. Weapons are going to change around, so even though these early wars, it's just the problem is it's being fought against level people who've grinded super hard, so that's why we're putting all these people in there. But everyone's going to be there and get a chance.
Yeah, we want to try to give everyone
totally
the
agree.
touch. touch on some war, even if even if it's just like, I mean, to be perfectly honest, we kind of figured out something the other day where like war decking is just pure profit, even if it means like we just sign up and just sit at the base and do nothing for half an hour, we walk away. It's so much money. So, I mean, we won't be doing that. We'll be putting you guys in to give you, it's like 400, 500 gold, something like that, for each person that's involved. So, we're probably just going to war deck for shits and giggles. Any other questions?
No, that answered it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good. You can rejoin the audience. Does anyone else have any questions? Just please do the hand button that says requests. And going once, going twice. All right, that'll be the meeting. You guys just have fun. I'm hoping to run Starstone if anyone's interested, but I need a few minutes to just kind of get some shit uploaded and fix this up. So, be off with you. Have fun. Cheers.